Hello everyone. Haven't made a video in a long time, so I figured it was time to make one. This is proof number 3 in my series, Jesus is God. And today I'm going to concentrate or start out on Isaiah 9:6, one of my favorite verses in the Bible, Isaiah 9:6, which reads in the Hebrew, Ki yeled yelad lanu ben natan lanu, va'iti hamizra al shechmo, va'ikra shemo pele yoatz el gibor aviad sar shalom. Very simple verse in the Hebrew. Ki yeled yelad lanu, for a child will be born to us. Ben natan lanu, a son will be given to us. Va'iti hamizra al shechmo, and the government will be upon his shoulders. Va'ikra shemo, his name will be called. Pele yoatz, wonderful counselor. El gibor, mighty God. Aviad, the father of eternity. Sar shalom, the prince of peace. So let's focus in first on Shemo. Va'ikra Shemo, his name will be called Shem. Any of you who are familiar with modern day Judaism know that the modern day Jews do not pronounce the sacred tetragrammaton, Yahweh. They do not pronounce it. Instead, they circumlocute. They put in words that are synonyms to Yahweh. And for example, Adonai, when they are reading the Old Testament in the Hebrew, when it comes to Yahweh, they won't pronounce it. They'll pronounce Adonai instead. And another circumlocution that they use is Hashem. They'll substitute in Hashem for Yahweh. And this is the same word, Shem, here. And it's translated name, but the translation goes way beyond name. It means reputation, renown, the characteristics by which somebody is known. So these are not, as I've heard people, in my opinion, ridiculously say that, these would be the given names of the Messiah. No, these would not be the given names. These would be the characteristics by which he would be known, the renown, the characteristics that he would have. And the two of them that are very interesting here are El Gibor, mighty God, El Gibor, and Aviad. Av in the Hebrew is father. Aviad, the father of eternity, and El Gibor, El is God, one of the names for God, El Gibor, mighty God. So, interestingly, it's saying that the Messiah would be born as a son, so a male, a child. He would have a normal birth, he'd be born as a child, and he would also be mighty God and the father of eternity. So it's the eternality of the Messiah. And another verse in the Old Testament that contains that same thought is Micah 5:2, which says, But as for you, Bethlehem Ephrathah, too little to be among the clans of Judah, from you one will go forth for me to be ruler in Israel. His goings forth are from long ago, from the days of eternity. From the days of eternity. Now that phrase in the Hebrew, from the days of eternity, is Mimei Olam, Mimei Olam. Mimei is the plural in the construct state of Yom, like in Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, Yom. So Mimei, the days. Olam. Olam means forever, for eternity, the days of eternity, Mimei Olam. And Olam is a word in the Hebrew that is used of God. For example, one of my favorite Psalms, Psalm 136, starts out, Hovdu Yahweh ki tov, lolam chasto. Hovdu Elohei ha'elohim, lolam chasto. Hovdu Adonai ha'adonim ki lolam chasto. Lolam chasto. His mercies, his loving kindnesses are forever, because God is forever, God is eternal. Now, in the New Testament, if we turn to the New Testament, what we'll see is this principle that the Messiah would be born as a child, but yet would have eternal existence, is applied to Jesus. And the first verse in which this is applied is John 8, 56 through 58. John chapter 8, verses 56 through 58, which says, Jesus speaking here to the Jews, "Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and he saw it and was glad. So the Jews said to him, 'You are not yet 50 years old, and you have seen Abraham?' Jesus said to them, 'Truly, truly, I say to you, before Abraham was born, I am.' Therefore they picked up stones to throw at him, but Jesus hid himself in the temple and went out of the temple." So what Jesus was saying here was that even though Abraham died 2,000 years before Jesus was born, Jesus existed before Abraham. Stated another way, Abraham died before Jesus was born, yet Jesus existed before Abraham was born. So you have that same thought as you have in Isaiah 9:6 and Micah 5:2 of the eternality of the Messiah. Another example of this is John the Baptist. John the Baptist in John chapter 1, very interesting. John the Baptist was 6 months older than Jesus. 6 months older than Jesus. In John 1:15, John the Baptist said concerning Jesus, "This was he of whom I said, 'He who comes after me has a higher rank than I, for he existed before me.'" And he repeated in John chapter 1 verse 30, "After me comes a man who has a higher rank than I, for he existed before me." So clearly the only way that Jesus existed before John, because John the Baptist was 6 months older, was that he is the Messiah, the one who is from the day who's going forth are from the days of eternity, the one who is mighty God, and the one who is the Father of eternity. So this clearly you can see that if you read the Bible openly and clearly, and you just accept it for what it says in a literal, grammatical, historical sense, that the Messiah, Jesus Christ, is God. He is eternal. Thank you.